And the reason I'm asking this question, I used to sell home security systems when I was like 21, 22, 23 years old. And typically people would call to get a home security system when? After they've been broken into. So that's kind of like a worst case scenario for me. And then you have the best case scenario of how someone was this close, but they called you on time. Give me a couple scenarios that will wake the people up. And I want to say this too. Cyber 911 seminars, I want to end talking about that because I want to I have a confession for you, but we'll talk about that confession in just a second.
Okay. So worst case scenario, and like I said, I work on these unfortunately all the time, but a person was doing trading with one of the cyber currency, Bitcoin, and had got in early and accumulated over $15 million worth of Bitcoins. But they're busy, wealthy person doing a lot of things, traveling around the world. And not only was somebody able to get in to their account, but they sent him a fake email saying, hey, this is the brokerage firm and we're having some issues. We need to verify. We're going to send you a one-time password and we need you to text that to us so we can verify your identity. And this guy didn't know security, brilliant, a lot of oil, gas money, things like that. So he goes in, does that, gives it to him, and basically they wipe out. Now, I don't know why. They left 3 million. They only took 12. I guess they were nice attackers. I don't know. But they took 12 million from his account. He didn't catch it till 20 days later. And now he's in a lawsuit where he's trying to sue them. But I'll be honest with you. Unfortunately, in that case, he's at fault. He gave away his password. He gave away his token. He gave away his data because he was tricked by the adversary. But he was the one that ultimately allowed the money to be stolen.
Wow. So he assumes all responsibility. So how was this person a target? If they're busy, they're not bragging about how big their account is. They're not like on a show talking about how much money they have. How was that individual a target?
Unfortunately, today with the internet, you can find out pretty close what people's net worth are. So with using search engines and other factors, I can go in full property value. So we believe he was targeted because 2 months prior to this, he bought a property in upstate New York for $4.5 million. So we think that they pulled those records because that people don't realize that's public information. And they can find that and then use that to target you. Same thing with sports cars. If you buy a nice Lambo, do you realize when you register it with DMV, that's public record? So people can go in and search on, okay, tell me everyone who's bought over a $300,000 sports car. Show me everyone that's purchased a new piece of property. They unfortunately can find wealthy people. And wealthy people are very smart but very busy. And they're so busy that they don't always think before they act. And that's how the attackers get them.
Jeez. So how did you help that person? If they're not going to be able to, you said you traced it back or they figured out who did it.
Right. So I'm helping that person because he's going to court. And one of the lines of business I do is expert witness. Witness. I'm trying to go in and help him, showing that the company should have had proper alerting and monitoring in place in this case, because they told him the reason why he went with this brokerage firm is they told him that we monitor your account 24/7 and would alert you of unusual activity, and they never did. So I'm trying to sort of help him because he really meant to do the right thing. So I'm trying to help him on that. But we had sort of a last resort type of situation.